one up in Team NX. Voting for that on the community poll, I think, has finished now. We'll let you know what that's going to be later on. But we go to Skyscraper with Radix and Horizon.
Who haven't yet selected their entire team.
Only need 2 of them. Thatcher's locked in. Ash is now locked in, along with Thermites.
Sledge and Ying, potentially? No, they're going to change them up to IQ. So we're going to have Thermite, Thatcher, Sledge, IQ, and Ash.
Pat was just flirting with Ying earlier on, and we didn't get to see much of what he can do there. Jaeger and Valkyrie, Bandit, Smoke and Mirror, all locked in. We go then, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyscraper. With the wind in Horizon sails 2-1 up that they are.
They're going to start on defense here. And it's going to be a karaoke tea room defense to begin. So it's going to be second floor. Demo, who do you favor going into this? We saw some messy stuff coming out from Radix, but we did see Horizon beat Vex, like you said, so.
It was an easier win for Radix yesterday because 1UP they weren't there. The first game was probably one of the worst showings of a 1UP team that we have seen. Horizon, on the other hand, they did beat Vex in, I believe it was the second week, and at that time, you know, Vex had already came off a win of beating 1UP 2 maps to 0, and Horizon definitely showed Vex that, you know, we're not just going to be stomped like you did with 1UP, and it was a great win for them. I believe the main reason was because Horizon actually had some pretty good strats for Skyscraper. They had a kitchen barbecue. They had their normal karaoke and tea room. Looking at the side of Radix, of course, you know, you always have to give them a shot because they did beat 1UP on it. Mostly their strats revolved around a lot of C4s from below. Kitchen barbecues as well were always a big thing for them. But we'll have to see who actually wins their gunfights, I reckon, will be the main cause for caution for both these teams.
Well, the first round will give us a small indicator. It often allows the teams to feel each other's strats out and see what's going on. Radix, though, just looking to be aggressive here. And Stalwart, I'm not going to say it. Every time I say Stalwart, our observer, Alex, laughs a little bit inside. But Tristan gets the first kill. And Tristan was actually an unsung hero of Oregon, I think.
Yeah,
he got a couple of double kills. He had really good control of that watchtower area. And honestly, has stepped up for Horizon, especially over the last 2 maps.
So Pony is going to be on that Ash. We did see him play this operator on Skyscraper against 1UP yesterday. We say he is that main player for Horizon, or for Radix, should I say, that Horizon do have to fear. Fabia also looking to push in towards that drum area. This is going to be the main way that most of the attackers want to get in a position to breach this bomb site, the main beachhead. Mira Window, however, will stop in his tracks, but that's going to be a great frag from Fabia. Rolls it straight underneath that hole that was made. And that will be Fabia equaling things up 4-4.
Good. From Horizon. I think it's important, you know, make sure you get off to a flying start on this map, because that's actually going to be dropping through the skylight, and unfortunately when you drop through a hatch you do open yourself up to one of those picks, and Radix very much waiting for a drop there. Fabia picks up another kill, and it's now a 4 versus 3. 43 seconds to go. Radix are just slowly moving their way up to the bomb site, but they have got that man advantage now. Mirror and Smoke left alive, with Valkyrie also providing information where she can. So it is definitely defendable for Horizon at this point.
Just under 30 seconds now for Radix to get that first round on the board, but Nasher will take Melons down. Tumas trades with Capone.
Yeah, this is good. Great defense. And actually, he turns onto the barbed wire, but that's going to be Sledge. Fabia again picking up another kill. Fabia has been absolutely ridiculous on this map so far, but Smoke, with just 9 seconds to go, should be able to control most of these areas. I feel that this should be Horizon's first pick as Tumax gets the kill. Nasher converts, and that is Horizon getting their first round on Skyscraper. It did look a little bit shaky for them there, Demo, but again, they had those core points of defense. That Smoke with that Mirror, able to keep hold. They
had good late rotates. It's a good point for Horizon to take away. Round about the minute mark, we did see a bit of an aggressive Tumas. He has the shotgun. He can be up close and personal with the Radix lineup. He did manage to get a kill. Was very unlucky not to get the second kill onto Fabia as well. But nonetheless, eventually time starts ticking down. Panics starts to hit the Radix roster. And then from there, all Horizon needed to do was just hold their angles and wait for Radix to run into them, which is exactly what happened.
I think it's one of the biggest issues we've seen here, Matt, that the teams on attack especially just don't seem to pay much mind to the timer, and then they get down towards the end of the round. They're like, oh, right, we need to do something now.
Yeah, and that's a surprise at this level. You know, they're not new to this. They've been playing such a fantastic season to get here.
Maybe it's the scenario, right?
I think it's two teams here who came yesterday with different attitudes. Radix thinking we are the underdogs, Horizon thinking we are the underdogs. I say different attitudes, work with me. Radix then throughout that match, they always thought they had a chance against 1UP. They just knew they were the underdogs in that game. And it was going so much in their favor until 1UP woke up. Horizon, on the other hand, came in thinking, well, we're the underdogs, and we know we are. We didn't even qualify for this. We got this through Vex being DQ'd. It's such good games yesterday. Nobody wants to leave this thing without a good showing, and they know they both put in a good showing yesterday, but this one matters to both of them. I feel like nerves might be a thing here from talking to all of these players. There's nothing to be ashamed of there for most of these guys across all 4 teams. This is the first LAN, and I have seen pro teams on every esport in the world crumble at a LAN. These guys are holding themselves really, really well.
I think they're playing super safe, though, which is the issue.
They are today, certainly.
On attack, if you play super safe, like, you do end up losing a lot of time, and that's one of the key things for defense. Waste time, waste time, waste time. Make it difficult to enact your strategy. You give them 40 seconds to work with to pull off their entire attacking strategy. It can be difficult.
And on these maps where smoke is such an important factor as well, you can't afford to waste time because you know you're going to have to give some of it away.
We don't have smoke, though, for Radix. We've actually got a mute instead, which is interesting, Demo. What do you think about the mute here on Skyscraper?
We've seen mute picked up a couple of times by different teams on Skyscraper. Primarily, the mute would be used for locking out that drum room, as again, there's only one way in and then one way out inside the drum. So having then a mute jammer just straight away just locks out any angle that members of Horizon may want to push in and try and find out where these guys are. But then having these mute jammers just shuts down all of the intel that you tried to gather. Twitchstone, however, did sneak its way in and managed to take out Amira Window. Go straight at it, but a quick duck and dive from Amira does manage to survive. Oh, great shot from Tumas.
His nade didn't do it. His headshot will. Melons leaves us. That's a good start for Tumas, but he's in another scrap now.
Oh, he survives by the skin of his teeth. Gonna cook that grenade.
He's a second one.
He loves these grenade kills. He's been converting quite a few of them recently. He does get peaked by Quake, though. So it is a 1-for-1 trade at the end of it. Ash taking a lot of damage on Horizon's side, though, so they will have to be careful.
1 minute ticks past for Horizon.
Nothing happening as of yet, just at slowing down. Horizon, after losing that main fragger, that main slayer for them, they're just taking their time at this stage. But again, Skyscraper is a very close quarter map, so it doesn't take a lot of time for the kills to start opening up.
And no smoke means you don't have to worry about areas being controlled for 20 seconds at a time, for instance. So they have a bit more space to work with, but they do need to start making a move around now. You think in the last sort of 15 seconds you want to be getting at least onto site and controlling some of that area to get the plant down. As Pat makes his way up, that's going to be Quake picking up one. Radix already off to a good defensive start here as Nasha goes down, a key member of the Horizon team. They're going to trade back. It's Tumax, the underdog of this team, actually coming out and performing, and that is going to be diffuser planted. Somehow, Demo, the diffuser went down.
It was just a quick jump in, knowing that the karaoke was free, was abled up, and at this time, all Horizon need to do is just hold their angles. We are going to see Pat then. I believe that's going to be a jump out and does get the kill, but then Tumax and Tristan both equal up their kills. Last member up will be Pat. One's going to be inside karaoke, one's going to be outside the door. Goes to the pre-fire, does alert his positions. Time is just ticking down it. Tumax, who has been an absolute monster for this Horizon team today, is definitely turning up.
I think that end of that round for me it epitomizes Horizon in general. Tristan and Tumax.
They're a great duo.
Two guys who've stepped up, and we really hadn't talked too much about them previously.
No, to be fair, Tristan, captain of this team, but barely mentioned by us, let's be honest. 2 kills on the board for him.
Tumax.
So 4 for Tumax, I beg pardon. 2 for Tristan.
And Capone at 0.
Yeah, he's gone quiet, hasn't he? This felt earlier on a map, or maybe even 2 maps ago, back on Consulate, towards the end of Consulate, it felt to me like, okay, Pony's not accelerating here. He's not the Pony we saw yesterday, who had a good game and came alive. And he needs to get, if he turns up and starts picking off what he can do, Horizon will walk off with this. It's 2-0 in their favor now. Radix on attack. Ash and IQ, Sledge, Thatcher and Thermite. No smoke again.
Feel as if if Horizon do manage to take this round and go 3-0 up, it will be hard for Radix to shift up momentum. Horizon are a very strong momentum-based team. Radix, whenever they just start getting, you know, whenever they start losing, they do just dip down a little bit in the level of play. You know, the nerves do definitely shake them up a bit. Even I know, like we've seen yesterday, we seen the faces off them. They were looking, you know, pretty nervous. They weren't all happy compared to, like, Horizon were happy the whole day. They were losing. They were still joking and laughing, which fair play to them. And if they win this, I'm afraid to see how ecstatic they're going to be.
Oh god, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And it's going to be a barbecue kitchen here for the hold on Horizon. No buck, but they do have the sledge. I mean, the soft destructibility is so important to Skyscraper because pretty much the entire second floor is destructible. So you can have that ability to open up above karaoke, open up above the geisha room to give you those angles on those 2 bomb sites. That's really important to bring that to the table. So you've got to make sure you protect your sledge in this scenario for Radix. Don't want to give away sledge too early, because then you just lose like a massive advantage when assaulting these 2 bomb sites.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Scoundrel, particularly here on Skyscraper. So far, all very gentle. Just letting it breathe a little bit.
Like a fine wine.
With your barbecue.
With
you
your barbecue.
With the barbecue?
I do sometimes.
How good.
Looking at the setup from Horizon, they do have control of the Geisha. Joker is going to be located. Still 2 minutes to go, plenty of time for Radix to work with. There's going to be the C4 from below coming out. But then automatically traded out by Fabia. We talk about how destructible Skyscraper is, and that just shows that it's happened a lot of times yesterday as well on the Skyscraper map, where the C4s from below did manage to get a lot of kills. That was particularly the counter blitz, but we're not seeing any blitz today. No,
that's so odd, isn't it? We saw blitz all the time yesterday, and now we have seen no blitz at all as the C4 from 2 mass goes out. Doesn't manage to convert anybody, but Radix taking a couple of bad trades in terms of damage. No one going down, however. We'll have to see. Oh, Ash takes a bit of return. Oh, and Ash goes down as Tristan picks up a kill. Capone again finding nothing to his name. They do trade 1 for 1 though, as Quake down takes down 2 mass, and we're into a 3 versus 3 scenario. Important.
Looms again. Quake gets another kill for Radix, and Ash is out of this. 3v2 on attack. Down comes the nades. Joker's quite happy where Joker is.
Just trying to hold those angles. Really important for Radix that they get their name on the board right now. Just like Demo said, if you lose this and Horizon start to run away with this, they have another good attack. It's suddenly going to be staring down a 4-0 match point, and that's a series point as well for Horizon.
Joker's position's known. He's staying where he is, though, and that's going to cost him. I think he should have moved out of there or changed it quicker than he did, because Fabia takes him.
Fabia's been so good, actually. I'd say that is Tristan. Tristan now takes a lot of damage, though, so it's 1 hit away from this Jaeger going down and coming up. He's just pre-firing, trying to get some shots through the walls, just making sure that those angles that he thinks people will hold. And he gets it! He gets it! I can't believe it! He gets it through the wall, and now it's a 1 versus 1.
He's got 1/2 of his 1v2 clutch. The diffuser's down, though.
Tristan, I mean, this man has stepped up for Horizon. If there's any time to step up as the captain, now it is.
I'm not sure whether either of them really know where either of them are right now.
That sound cue will give Tristan away, so Fabian knows to watch out for that balcony.
Oh, he's through the wall! He's through the wall! Through the wall!
Can he find it?
Get the defuse! And he is going to get the stab, and that will be the defuse for Tristan. What a clutch from that man.
Through the wall. He knew the angle that they would hold on that approach, and Tristan, the captain, comes through. What a bloody beast this guy has been for Horizon. He has been an absolute monster.
There's not been a lot of clutches this weekend. That's a really good one that we'll hang on to, though. And the diffuser being taken with it as well. Again, we've rarely seen any diffuser action, to be honest. We've not usually got to that stage. 3-0, though, for Horizon now. And Radix on defense. This is slipping away from them. 4th in the Rainbow Six ESL Premiership is nothing to be afraid of, but it's not what they came here for.
It's not what they really should deserve after their performance yesterday.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, Horizon have gone from strength to strength across this series, and they are close to clutching this out and getting a 3-1 scoreline over Radix, who, honestly, it feels so bad to say Radix would potentially come 4th in this competition after doing so well versus 1-up, but that is the nature.
And you may have to get used to that idea pretty soon, the way this is headed now. Bandit, Ella, Jaeger Castle, and Mira is what Radix will rely on to try and get a point on the board.
And Horizon going to bring Buck to the table along with Sledge, so double soft destructibility, really good for top floor approaches on this kitchen barbecue.
But they're bringing a Twitch. What
does that mean? What does that? We've got to go to our man over here on the left. How Twitch going to help out here? Just dealing with Mira, maybe?
Yeah, whenever, if you're going to choose a Twitch, if you are going to choose a Twitch, it should only to counter Mira windows. I wouldn't say that she brings a lot to the table other than having that Twitch. And again, some people may just favour having that F2, you know, just ready to kill because it is one of the best guns in the game still. Looking at the way Radix are setting up, they have in that barbecue and kitchen defense, and then they're going to try and hold upstairs through the geisha. They were very strong in holding this particular bomb site against 1UP yesterday. So, you know, the way that they have their roamer set up, you know, they have one guy inside geisha, then the rest of them roaming about them staircases. Again, we're expecting it rotates from players such as Pony, you know, such as Pat, who can perform big whenever they need to. You know, that's the main thing we take away from this weekend is that Radix have the strongest roam game by far.
Definitely, but Capone has been quiet across these last two maps, and that's kind of what happened in the last series as well. Yesterday versus 1UP, he was really big, huge player, and then went down as Tristan again picks up another kill. The opening frag for Horizon. Tristan has been a monster. Quake gets a return though, and Tristan goes down, so the captain is now through. They do have that Buck left on 2mas for that soft destructibility. But Sledge going down means they've lost one of those members. But a 1-for-1 trade is not the worst thing in the world, and Pat actually gets the knockdown onto Nasha. Nasha going down as a big member, and it is a 3 versus 4. But another 1-for-1 trade as 2max steps up to the plate. And 2max gets 2. 2K here for 2max.
Yeah, Pat takes one, but moved out of the way of somebody and bumped into someone else. 2max double that.
He takes 3!
Well received here in Leicester, and I'm sure by you watching as well. 2max is warmed up now. 2max is coming for you.
I moved my microphone up to take a drink of my lem nip. I can't say that.
Other cough syrup things are available, yeah.
And then I had to bring it back down again because he got the 3rd kill.
It's one thing.
Have a bit of your lips in right now. You'll be all right.
One thing today is that Tristan and 2max, they were so quiet yesterday.
Yes.
And they just come out of nowhere and they are doing the business for their team. And they, at this stage, should be going 4-0 up.
And they do, as Quake falls 2max, who is getting kills on the board. Those warm-up beers, are they sinking in or are they wearing off? I'm not sure which way it is.
Ross was right, and 4K for 2max here. That was 4 kills that round for him on Twitch. And like, I mean, look, just as Demo said, Twitch has got great gadget, whatever counter, but they've got a great slaying gun as well.
9-1 for 2max now. Nothing on the board for Capone, nothing on the board for Melons. Joker's being left behind by his team, but 2 players on Radix haven't got a kill yet. And 4-0 looking for maybe a 5-0 sweep, and Horizon getting 3rd place in the first ever Rainbow Six ESL Premiership. That's what's looming for Radix. Yeah, great story for Horizon. Not meant to have been here, came 3rd in their group. Radix got DQ'd. Up come Horizon with 4 or 5 days warning, depending on which of the players on the team you talk to. And yeah, here with nothing to lose and playing out of their skins right now. This Radix attack has to happen for him, has to count. They brought a Twitch.
It's not only that, this Radix attack followed by the subsequent defense, followed by the subsequent attack, followed by the subsequent defense.
Some overtime.
Has to get them to overtime. Horizon put themselves in a great position. Look, I don't want to curse it because every time we've been in this situation,
the first map.
Yeah,
we are also quite good at cursing it.
We are, and we've seen way too many singular map reverse sweeps.
It's been a weekend of surprises. We can't write this. This is not scripted. It's amazing to see where you think that one team who looked so dominant yesterday, and then a team who just got absolutely, you know, just swept away under the carpet, has came out and has put on a mega show, and you're wondering, why didn't you do it yesterday?
You know, I'm thrilled about this. Everybody who follows Siege know that I present Siege all over the world, Pro League and World Championships and stuff. I'm thrilled to do that, and it's such a privilege to see pro players fighting at that sort of level. I am so pleased to see these UK Xbox guys turning up and having these great contests as well. This is exactly what the Siege needs, exactly what the UK scene needs. This is a real indication why ESL brought Siege in alongside, I'm going to say some other games, CSGO, League of Legends and Hearthstone as a Premiership title. Those 3 massive esport titles have been Premiership titles for a while. What's the 4th one? It's this, and now you see why.
Yeah, Siege is a fantastic game. You just can't replace in what it provides. And Horizon is showing exactly why, even on the moment, you can perform way beyond where everybody measured you to be. potentially find yourself in third position, which is definitely nothing to turn your nose up. Like Demo said, gave a great analogy yesterday. Third is still bronze in the Olympics.
Yes.
You know, you still come away with a medal. You still have that prestige. Fourth gets nothing.
Radix, though, let's remember, they turned a 4-1 deficit.
Oh, Tristan at 2-max. Who else would it
It's not
be?
going to maybe happen on this one, then we'll find out. That 4-1 deficit, as I was mentioning on Cafe yesterday, turned into
Joker.
5 rounds in a row. It's going to be the biggest clutch of Fabian's life.
I just think this is Horizon playing like a storm right now. Fabian moving through, trying to find some kind of angle to get at least one pick. One pick is where you start. He will get that first one.
Just about lands it on Joker.
He does, but he takes a bit of damage in return. It's still 4 members that he has to go through. He's also given his position away. Every time he's going to get a kill, he's going to have to rotate. Every time he takes an angle, he's going to show where he is. This is going to be way too big for Fabia to have this rest on his shoulders. Horizon are but moments away from claiming their 3rd place in the ESL Rainbow Six Premiership.
Just looking down at the stage now, Radix all sat there really tense. Coach with his hands on his head, doesn't know whether he can pull it off. It's down to Fabia's individual ability now, and in a minute, time is okay for him.
He's going to drop down. He's shot himself, and he gets killed. And Horizon, Tristan get the kill. Boy, who else? Who else from this team would carry them over the line? 2-max and Tristan have been outstanding for these guys, and somehow they put themselves